Hello, everybody. Hello, God's children. I just got back from work an hour ago and now I'm in the bed laying down. I'm really tired. I had a full day today at work and I'm just really tired. But I wanted to come on here and just do a little chat. I'm not going to be on here that long. So I just want to talk about how I really miss doing lyric videos. I really miss creating lyric videos. If you look at my page from the videos I did in the past, you'll see that I was really into music. I was really mostly into 80s music. And you can tell I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan. And and I really enjoyed being on YouTube. I would go on Google and I would type up some beautiful backgrounds, look for some beautiful backgrounds for my page. My page, I wanted to represent love. I want to use love songs for through every genre. And my favorite color is purple, and that's how I came up with Purple Love. And I graduated from high school in 2010, and that's how I came up with Purple Love 010. And I had this page ever since I was 16 years old. Um, and I really, really miss making lyric videos because I love music and it was such a fun thing to do. And I really miss doing that. I want to go back to doing it, but there are two reasons why I can't. The first reason is that like I said in my other video, I said this at the beginning of one of my videos that you that Microsoft Windows has changed. They've gotten rid of their Windows Movie Maker, and that's the software that I would use to make my lyric videos on. But they no longer have Windows Movie Maker. Um and then the second reason is that YouTube has changed. They've gotten more strict. I've seen them terminate accounts for posting a lot of music without without getting permission. They would get copyright strikes, and once you get so many copyright strikes, your account is terminated. So that's another reason why I don't make lyric videos anymore. Because I've had this page, I'm attached to this page. This page here is a part of my growing up years, and I don't want to lose it. Hey, Azure. A long time. But yeah, I had to remain low key after everything that happened. After everything that has happened, I had to remain low key. Mm, I forgot how to share the link on this thing, and someone had told me how to share it. Yeah, after everything that happened with I hate to even say his name. But after everything that happened, I just said, well, I'ma just stay to myself, 'cause um I don't need to be involved in all that mess. I really don't. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be involved in all of that. Did I copy the link? I put. Uh, what did I do? Um, I don't know how to do the thing. Someone told me how to do it. Um, and I forgot how to share the link on here. Copy link. Post a comment. Hmm, let's copy. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not doing. Copy link. Okay. How about if I hit guess? Okay, yeah, I got it now. Um, hold on. Let me post comment, post a comment, paste, and then hit chat. There we go. I got it. You gonna click on it? Okay. Oh, add to stream.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Azure.
Hey, Camille, how's everything going with you?
Everything going pretty good. I just been working, and I got my own place now. I'm no longer living with roommates, so I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, uh, me on the other hand, I'm actually, just still waiting on, for the Navy to actually get my medical
Yeah,
documents.
I was about to bring that up. I'm really proud of you. So when do you go?
Well, as soon as they're done reviewing my medical documents, they'll let me know when to go to MEPS and they'll have me doing some physical exam and all that stuff and ask me a bunch of dumb questions, but it'll be fine. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. What are you going out of the country, or are you gonna be here in the US?
Like, like when I'm like what base I'm going to be in, like if I'm going to be in the country and all.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'll still be in the country. I'll either be shipped out to San Diego or Michigan. I'd really love to go to San Diego because of the beach.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That'll be beautiful. And the weather's nice there too.
But I did hear that it's actually cold like at nighttime, like it gets cold.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to like bring like a long sleeve jacket and all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, everything with me is going fine and all that stuff. But I'm just glad to see you posting and being active because
Yeah. Well, I don't really be having much to post. Like I was saying in the video earlier, I really enjoyed doing what I was initially doing, like posting the lyric videos to my favorite songs. Um, but YouTube has gotten so strict now.
Yeah,
So
YouTube is basically it's all about politics with YouTube. Like this whole uh like political correctness thing has corrupted YouTube a lot, and it's brought a lot of negative conflict towards itself and the people who use it, like the content creators that use it. So, but I just wish I can understand that you want to you'd like YouTube to be the way it was like back then, like 2012. Back then in 2012, when I was in sixth grade, like it was just so simple, and that's the world that I liked. Like everybody was saying, like none of this was going on. Well, my perspective, none of this was going on, and it just really saddens me that things have changed. Like toxic culture has actually corrupted the minds of the people here in America, and it's just it's really so hard to actually get out that, like, it's just so hard to avoid that kind of propaganda here. But I always keep telling myself, just always remember to stay healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually, and you'll be fine. And I always keep praying and praying every day, like every night. So that's
yeah, that's all you can do. It's like there's always something new going on YouTube. Like there's always a new issue, a new problem. Like just now, there's a battle between light skinned women versus dark skinned women. Light skinned and mixed race women are going their own way now because they're getting tired of dark skinned women bashing them, you know, Chrissy and all of them, they have this narrative where they're trying to paint dark skinned women as a victim in every situation they can and make light skinned people and mixed race people feel guilty for being, seen as um the beauty, the standard of beauty in European standards. And you can't do that. I mean, yeah, there's colorism, but um you can't ostracize the other group and make them feel like they got to be ashamed of their heritage. They have to be ashamed of their skin color because they seem to be getting things better than you are. Like, um, I would never try to bring a lighter complected person down. And I just feel like these women, they really need to work on themselves, work on their confidence level, and stop getting so worked up over everything a person says. Like, okay, we have some rappers out there who want to disrespect dark skinned women, but let it be. I mean, don't let it get to you. Why do you have to make a video about it all the time? Teach women how to embrace who they are. Teach women how to be confident in their femininity instead of focusing on what somebody says about your skin complexion.
right. Right, and and the biggest problems here on Black YouTube is that, like, people just like to self project, like they like to project their failures on everybody else and not hold themselves accountable for the things that they do. Like for instance, the Black Manosphere, they're just a bunch of men who just go around like talking about black women, wearing weaves and like bonnets on their heads, like. But then look at us, look at the black men who go around out in public and then wear these do rags and have their pants sagging. So why would you even think about talking about black women wearing bonnets out in public, but you got black men walking around with do rags on their heads and sagging their pants below their waist? Like, come on. Now, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Like, now I do get, the bonnet thing. They shouldn't be doing that because, I mean, you're out in public, like, dress appropriately. But the sagging your pants thing, and it's a big issue that's going on in the black community. It's literally destroying the image of black men. Like black men are weak and all that stuff, and we're not this and we're not that. But but then these are the same type of black men that expect black women to respect them when you don't even respect yourself and you don't want to even build yourself up to the level that you want to be. Like, you want to see your full potential, so you're going to have to work your way up to get to that level. But instead, they just want to blame black women for everything and all that stuff. And that's one of the biggest problems with, black YouTube self-projecting. And, I just really like I barely even post because stuff like that. I don't like to beef. Like I will say that I don't beef because it's pointless. I mean, you're not gonna get anything done with just beefing. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mhm. Or you can speak.
Oh, I definitely think that both sides are not taking accountability for their actions. Like both sides, we need to get back to how, and I know we can't go back in time, but we need to get back to how we presented ourselves. Like if you look at the pictures, like back in the old days, like during your grandma days, um, the men, they would wear suits every day, like every time they took a picture or whatever, or if they go out or whatever, they would wear suits, and the women would wear dresses, and they would always look like they're going out to a ball or going out to a dinner party or something. We need to get back to dressing like that. I think our culture, today's culture, and I don't know when this started. Maybe it started in the 70s, but dressing down has become a very prominent thing in American culture. And I don't know why we stopped carrying ourselves in a professional manner. Like I understand styles change from decade to decade, but when I look at the women and men from back in the grandma days, like the 1940s and 50s, they just seem to really dress more classier, more polished. Um, they were very well put together, and I think if we get back to that, and also the black folks, they didn't have much, but they kept their self-esteem intact, and they made things happen for themselves. And they had more motivation, and I guess it's because they had to work twice as hard, because with the Jim Crow laws and not being able to have the same rights, um that their other white counterparts had. They had to work twice as hard to really make things happen for themselves. And that played into their attitudes and how they felt about themselves. And I think the motivation in the black community is lost as well. And the unity in the black community is definitely lost. And we really need to get back to that. We need to get back into having pride in ourselves and loving one another, because there's just so much division. And division, this should not be happening in 2021. We should be well off. We should be way better. And
And
I also feel like we really need to start focusing on the most important things that really need attention, like black on black crime. No black YouTuber wants to focus on that. All they want to do is sit up here and talk about colorism all the time, or talk about the
the
red
red
pill
pill
agenda
agenda
all the time.
weaves.
It's like I see the same topic on my news feed from every black YouTuber, same topic over and over. And the only time they want to talk about crime is when a white police officer takes the life of an unarmed black man. And we really need to be trying to uplift each other and try to motivate people to do better, because it's a shame that in these low income areas, these low income neighborhoods, where the where it's mostly black people living there, there's so much crime. There's so much crime and so much destruction. And people, they have no other choice. They have to have a place to stay, and they have to be somewhere where they can afford their rent. And nobody should be put in a position where they have to worry about their safety of their homes. Like, they should be able to lay in their beds, and there should be peace. You shouldn't be hearing the sirens of the police officers coming in to lock somebody up in the middle of the night. We need to be having discussions like that. We need to be trying to help build our communities. And I don't hear that going on. All I hear is criticism. When a rapper says something controversial, um a video gets made about it. But what about these gangbangers that's shooting up innocent kids? What about that? Like, we need
Like
to
we need.
talk about that. We need to focus on the bigger picture, what's really causing black genocide. And black on black crime is the reason.
Right, right. And the and like and here's the thing. Here's another thing. Like liberal and conservative media, it like those media like that is really messing up it's having a negative effect on the black community because here's the thing. Liberal media is teaching black women to hate on black men, and they're trying to make black men weaker and all that. So like do you see that happening?
Yes, I
Yes, I
do.
do. And
Um
and conservative media is trying to teach black men to hate on black women, and portray black women as ratchet and nasty, and just bad and and date somebody else, who like try to date outside their race and all that. That's what they're pushing on to the black community. And
Yeah.
you know,
They're trying to dehumanize us like they always been doing. Um I had just had this discussion with somebody in the comment section. They brought up the Mob Wives. It was a reality show on VH1, and it was a show filled with Italian women who weren't portraying themselves in a positive light. And eventually that show ended up getting canceled after one of the women had passed away. But guess what is still on VH1 that has not been canceled, that needs to be canceled? Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink Crew. I don't know if Basketball Wives is still on there or not, but they're not quick enough to cancel these shows. And really, if black women want to give backlash to something, they need to be giving backlash to that. They need to be giving backlash to that. They need to protest and get those shows off the air. If they really cared about how we were being represented in the media, they would be protesting against that. They would be
right.
demanding the network to take those shows off air. And I don't know why they're not doing that. I don't know why they're not focusing on that. Cause that would really be a big help to getting us, represented positively on television.
Right, right. And you know, there's really a lot going on and so much stuff that we could fix, but we just aren't, focus we're just focusing on nonsense. I think that's the main issue is that we're focusing on, nonsense, and we're just busy having fun, and we're unaware of what's going on and how that could affect other people. And I think that, if if they keep doing this, if we keep this up, if they keep this up, we're not there is not a chance in hell that we're going to come together, because ratchetness has taken over. It's actually affected the black community like really bad, like ratchetness and toxicness, all that. And I actually like speak mainly on black men, because like they just don't seem to understand that you gotta everything you do in life is totally on you. You have to be responsible for what you do in life. And whenever you make a mistake, you just say, "Hey, I made a mistake. It's my fault. I'll own up to it, and I'll just learn from it and do better next time." But they just don't seem to do that. Now, I can understand, there are black women who do a lot, like the pink pilled women, and they just say that black men aren't this, aren't that, and like for example, Lizzo, she's like talking bad about black men because the guy that she was with had cheated on her, and now she's projecting that onto the rest of the black men. But no, not all black men act like this. Okay, not all of them act like that. Just takes time to find a good one. So
Yeah,
just
both sides are doing that. They're taking one messed up relationship or one rejection that they had like back in high school, and and they're taking that and they're allowing those experiences to affect how they treat other people. Um, and I definitely think that celebs, they need to stay off YouTube. I think they are watching us. They are watching these commentaries, and they're being brainwashed as well. Lizzo is probably brainwashed by what she's seeing on YouTube, because Lovely T talked about this in one of her videos a long time ago. She was saying how like a lot of celebs are getting upset that normal day, everyday working people are building platforms on YouTube and making commentaries and making more money than celebs are making. Celebs with talent, and they see that. They see everything, and a lot of them are creating their own YouTube pages to try to get money in their pockets. And I think they see a lot that's going on YouTube, and they be listening. They be listening. And she's probably came across maybe one of Chrissy's videos or Paris Milan videos, and it has taught her to um it has taught her to talk badly about black men. Like, I don't care how many videos are out there talking about a colorist rapper. I'm not gonna walk around here thinking that all black men are colorists or all black men are not into black women. But you have some women, they allow those videos to brainwash them, and they be walking around, thinking every black guy is a colorist. Like in a comment section I was in, I there was even one girl who called Tupac a colorist. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, have you listened to his song Keep Your Head Up? Like, come on. Like, he literally said the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Like, I mean, he respect all women. And most of all, he respected his mother, who is a fellow dark-skinned woman. So how dare you call him a colorist? Like, they think everybody is a colorist. And it's because of these YouTubers. These YouTubers has caused them to not trust any man of their own race. And now they got this divestment movement going on. The black community is really destroying their own blackness, and they don't even know it. They don't
They
even
don't
know
even
it.
know it.
It's sad.
Yeah, and I don't, and and this whole Black Lives Matter thing, it doesn't represent me. Okay, it just doesn't, because it's just full of contradictory and just toxicness. That's all it is, and it's nothing. Black Lives Matter is nothing more than just an LGBTQ front group. Now, I will say this before anybody calls me transphobe or homophobe. Okay, I don't. Okay, I don't have any hatred towards gay people or trans people. All right, love yourself, love who you are, and that's fine. I mean, if you're gay, if you're trans, that's fine. But the only problem I have is if you walk around and you know tell everybody that you're gay, you're special, you're better than everybody else, everybody's below you and all that stuff, that's where we have a problem, because you're just as average as me. Like, that's like me saying I'm straight, I'm better than everybody else. Anybody, I just pedestalize myself as a king. No, you don't do that. But you know it's Black Lives Matter. It's nothing more than just an LGBTQ front group, and it focuses more on black women than black men, unless a black man dies. That's the only time they'll focus on us.
You know
You
what?
know,
Earlier, I was gonna make a video about ASAP Rocky, um, and about what he said a couple years ago. And I was gonna make a video. I did the recording and everything, but I just didn't like how I was all over the place, so I just deleted it. But anyway, let me get to the point of him. He said something about the Michael Brown situation. Michael Brown, you remember him. Um
Of course, I know him.
yeah, and he said that he basically said I'm over here and they over there in Ferguson. Um I can't relate to that. But and everybody was up in all arms over and ready to counsel him for saying that. But they didn't even listen to his full interview. Like he went on to clarify himself and he said that he just gets so upset that people are hopping on this bandwagon, this Black Lives Matter bandwagon. But what about when it happens in black neighborhoods, like black on black crime, like another black person killing another black person? Why are we not outraged about that? And and there was a video clip of a talk show, and the lady was talking about him, and she basically said, well, when he went to clarify himself, he just said the exact same thing. He didn't even clarify himself. And she lied. She lied. She took his words out of context and she dismissed everything that he said. Had she said the full thing that I'm telling you about, like how we need to be outraged with black on black crime too, everyone would have understood him. It would have been more understandable. But see, what happens is, this generation here, they don't do their research. They just go by what they see in these videos and these talk shows. So when a celeb gets backlash for something they said and you don't hear the full story, you're just thinking, oh, they're just being a nutcase. They're just being a sellout or a coon. And that's not the case. If you would listen to their whole point of view instead of part of it, then you would understand why they said what they said. And so I just feel like, the black community, they just want to brush off the black on black crime problem. And they want to push this narrative about the white police officer killing an unarmed black man, which is wrong too. But what's really causing black genocide? What's really killing black people the most? Other black people. You don't even have to look at the statistics to even know that. Just look at the news. Or look around these neighborhoods. Like if you grew up in a neighborhood that doesn't have security and that's not safe, that tells you everything. I mean, look at the towns with the highest crime rates, like Chicago and Milwaukee. Like, come on. Detroit really got it bad. I mean, St. Louis, they have really high crime rates.
Especially in Los Angeles, they do.
Yeah, and then we hear about Compton all the time in these rap songs, like back from in the 90s. Like the rappers, they would talk about Compton. I mean, it's just, and then the gang culture is being heavily promoted in hip hop. Like in the early 90s when NWA and what's another, when NWA and all of them, it is just, it be the negativity of black people have been heavily promoted in the music that we created, that our people of our own color created. We created hip hop, and it was meant for a positive thing in the black community, but it turned into a negative thing when they started focusing heavily on gangster rap. And this is coming from a Tupac fan. I'm a huge Tupac fan, but I gotta call it out. Like, this gang culture that's being promoted in our music is it has ruined our communities. It's ruined us. A lot of black boys are growing up and inspiring to be in gangs instead of inspiring to be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher. Because when you want to be in a high profession, in a profession, that's meant for good, you get called a coon and you get called a sellout. I mean, look at Ben Carson. They called him a sellout. They consider people like him a sellout.
Oh, now
And
and now RBR, you know who RBR is, right?
yeah, you talk about him a lot.
Yeah, he always calls me a coon as well because I disagree with some of the stuff he says, but most of the things he says is just like it's just wrong because he just puts words in people's mouths. Like, do you ever see him do that?
I never checked this page out because after you told me about him, I just wasn't interested in listening to anything that he says.
Yeah, yeah, because he just gets out of context of what he's trying to say, and every time I disagree with something that he says, he calls me a coon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even worried about that. But he's a pretty funny guy. I just I just laugh at what he says, but yeah. Anyways, what were you saying? Go back to what you're saying.
hmm Well, I'm gonna just piggy bank off what you said. That's another problem too with the black community. They like to put labels on people that are striving to do better, striving to talk better, striving to act better. They want to put a label on you. Like, they think that we're all supposed to think the same. And when you don't follow the majority, you're gonna get called a pick me, a simp, and all kinds of names. Like, with me, being a dark skinned black woman myself, I mean, a couple years ago, I probably would have agreed with Paris, Milan, and Chrissy, but after seeing them and how they lashing out on other women that are lighter than them, I can't support that. I just can't. If you're gonna be about equality and advocating for respect, you gotta respect everybody. You got to show respect yourself. Like, you can't preach about how you want dark skinned black women, to be respected in the media and be represented in a positive way and represented in a feminine way. You can't preach about that when you yelling in the video and you calling lighter complected women names, and you're showing so much aggression when you're speaking out. um like that, I saw a dark skinned woman do a video, and she yelled out, she was like, of course you're confident, She was talking about biracial people. She was like, of course y'all confident. Y'all don't have any choice but to be confident because y'all keep getting put on a pedestal. People putting you on a pedestal does not make you confident. You make yourself confident. How you feel about yourself makes you confident. Not how other people feel about you. Like, she was just yelling and screaming in the video, and she didn't even know what the freak she was talking about. And and that debunks everything else that she would say. Because I mean, after you show so much aggression and so much disrespect, like I can't listen to you. I'm sorry. Everything that you say is just it's not valid anymore because you're not practicing what you preach. A lot of these YouTubers are not practicing what they're preaching. You preach for equality, but you're out there bashing people of your own race. I mean, you preach for acceptance, but you're out there, you're ostracizing people that are not the same complexion of you because you feel like they got it so good that they don't deserve to be in your circle. Like, I'm not for that ish. I'm not for that.
Right, right. I can and I can totally agree with that. Well, with everything you said, right? But I just like I think that basically like today it's just like too severe. Like it's just too severe for us to make a change on the black community because here's the thing. I understand like there are people like you and me that are trying to get the black community back in shape, but the thing is people are gonna want the help. All right. So, but I'm willing to help them, but they are gonna have to want my help. So, but I think it's just too severe for us to do anything about it. But we'll just still keep fighting and still keep, you know, spreading the truth and all that. So, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna lead to disaster. And I don't want to say it like that, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. Like it's just going down to a disaster. Like we're going to meet our end. And like I said, sorry for saying that, but it's just how I'm seeing it. So
Mm. I'm gonna do my best to help people, like with my job or whenever I have find time to do volunteer work. But in terms of social media and the internet and you know, I'm not interested in helping people that don't want to be helped. I'm not interested in helping people that are set in their ways and don't want to listen. It's a waste of my time and energy. Now, these people, they can sit around and act crazy all they want to, but in the end, they're gonna be the one that's gonna be looking like the fool that they are. So I mean, it's up to them. Like you said, they have to want to change. They have to want to seek help. And a lot of these people are so set in their ways. And what's causing them to be set in their ways is that cash out money and those number of followers, those number of subscribers they got. That's what's causing them to be set in their ways. They're getting a lot of support. If they wasn't getting that much support, if people would start turning away from them and calling them out, then they'll want to change. But as long as they keep getting all that support and getting all that cash out money, they're going to continue to stay the same. So, you
Yeah,
know.
and that's another thing with these dating coaches and like don't ever trust a dating coach. Like don't believe everything everything that they say. They get their talking points from Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels is the root of it all. Like it's like he's the leader of the Black manosphere. And
Oh, did
I
you
mean,
see my utter sleep talk video?
no, I didn't see that one.
Well, I was scrolling through my news feed and I saw where Vlad did an interview with Kevin Samuels, and I was so disgusted.
Who is like who is Vlad?
Vlad, VLAD, the one that do the interviews with rappers and stuff, that white man. Well, I didn't mean to say it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, I did watch the video, but I forgot what Kevin said on there. Like, can you clarify what he said so I could better
Oh, I
understand?
didn't even bother clicking on it because I didn't agree with him being put on that platform in the first place. Like he basically made it off disrespecting black women. Like, and if he can make it on Vlad's show, he's gonna make it even more. He's probably gonna end up on what's that broadcast? He's probably gonna end up on the Breakfast Club and and he's probably gonna end up being on MC Academics and Joe Button podcast. And if he ends up on either one of those podcasts, he's definitely gonna really make it. And it's not for the right reasons. And I hate that it's not for the right reasons. I mean, you got a lot of positive minded YouTubers who are put on a platform to uplift people, and they can't even get invited to a well-known show. But someone like him that's caused so much controversy and blatantly disrespected a black woman and humiliated her, calling her average as at best, he gets to be on Vlad. And no wonder why people wanted to cancel Vlad a couple of years ago. He should be canceled.
Yeah, and another thing that I have a problem with Kevin Samuels as well. Like he rates himself a 9. Like, dude, come on. I don't think he's a 9 because somebody who makes like 100,000 like in California, that's not even considered rich at all. It's not rich. Now, in Tennessee, yes, that's rich, but like in California, New York, that's not rich. And
He
and another thing, like these toxic dating coaches that he affiliates himself with, like Donovan Sharp, Minister Stir Jap, Fresh and Fits podcast, he should be calling them out, but he's siding with them, and I don't understand that. Like, why would you side with people who bash black women every time, saying black women are hoes, black women are like they're just as disgusting. Like, what? Like, why? And Fresh and Fits, those guys think that they're just a bunch of average men, like a bunch of second-rate wannabe high-value men. They're trying to be like Kevin Sam. They get their talking points from Kevin Samuels. Like they're just repeating talking points that they didn't even make. And and when they say that, they're just trying. They think that they're high value. No, you're not high value. They're just a bunch of average men pretending to be high value. That's it. That's basically all it is. And Kevin needs to call that out, but I don't see him doing that. All he doing is, bashing black women, well, and all that. So yeah,
Kevin is not even who he says he is. Someone exposed him. They looked at his LinkedIn profile, and he's not the businessman that he portrayed himself to be. He's just a sales consultant. He goes around the shopping malls and just takes pictures and buy fancy outfits and just posts it on Instagram. He's not who he says he is. He's try to he try to present himself as a money making, high value man, that got his own business, but he's not who he claimed to be. He's not who he claimed to be. And another thing I don't like about him is he think that women over the age of 30 are in the danger zone and don't deserve to be married and doesn't deserve to be able to start a family. He says it's over for you. It's over for you if you get in your 30s.
that's
And
not
he be
true.
encouraging men to get with 22-year-olds. But my thing is, a lot of women that's in their early 20s are in school working on getting their bachelor's degree or their master's degree. A lot of them, they put career first. They want to focus on their career and build a life for themselves first. And then once they get older, they'll want to date and and start a family and get married and stuff. But Kevin Samuels don't understand that. He think that women who do that should be punished when they get in their 30s. They're just it's done. Their eggs are fried basically,
That is
and they're
not true.
done. Like
There,
no woman should be punished for putting her career first. And the funny thing about it is he says all that but be the main one saying, "Oh, if you're a single mom, you there's no use for you. You're all used up." But then you're encouraging women to go ahead and have babies while they're in their 20s. Go ahead and get married and have babies while they're in their 20s. But then you want to say, oh, if you done had babies, you're you're no good. No guy's gonna want you because you got a child. You're of low value if you're a single mom. And most people who do get married young, they end up in the divorce. Even research has proved that. And but yet he want to encourage women in their early 20s to go. He's encouraging men to go for the women that's fresh out of high school, that barely even turned 20 years old. He's encouraging men to go for those women. So
right.
not only is he against black women, but he's also promoting ageism on his platform.
But yeah, yeah, and I agree. And I want to make like a few points. Now, I did hear him on one of his podcasts. He says he was telling his followers that they needed to get rid of single mothers. That's what he said. And I will say this. You know, it's okay to get with a single mother. It really is. But the thing is, you got to like basically, if you're gonna get with a single mother, at least get with one that if she's got a good job, she's not trifling, she's taking care of her kids and all that stuff, it is responsible. But you know, the whole single mother thing, like, you got these guys who talk about this pumping and dumping thing, and this has a excuse me, this has a huge connection with the single mother thing, because there are guys who are pumping and dumping and leaving these women, like they're not even wearing condoms and all that stuff, and they're just having children with these women, just leaving, like not taking responsibility for what you do. And like, these are the same guys who complain about black single mothers not raising their children right, when literally you're not even in that child's life. Like, you decide to have a child with that woman, but then you want to leave and put all the blame on that on the woman that you decide to have a kid with, when it's both of the parents' faults. Like, it's both of them. Like, you can't just put the blame on a single mother.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
agree.
And what it is that a lot of these men, like you said, they getting them pregnant on purpose. 'Cause they want that woman to live in misery. They want that woman to be stressed out trying to raise the child on her own. And and it's just really, really sad. It's really sad that you got women out there. I mean, they claim that it's not always the woman trying to trap a man. Sometimes the man is getting her pregnant on purpose. 'Cause he want her to have something to remember him by. He hasn't been a good man to her, and she's about to leave him, and he knows this, so he'll go and he get pregnant on purpose so that she could be bound to him for life in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I think a lot of these men are doing. These no good men are doing that. They're doing it on purpose just to bring misery on a woman that really doesn't want much to do with them, that's on the verge of leaving them. And then once she ends up pregnant, he got her. He got her. He won. Cause now she's gonna be left taking care of that child for the rest of her life, and he's gonna be on to the next woman.
Right, right. And then that's another thing. Like, that them dating coaches be telling these guys that it's okay to be pumping and dumping, but they're not okay with single mothers. But we refuse to talk, and that's an example of the whole self-projecting thing. Like, you fail as if you're supposed to be like the father figure of that child that you put in this world. That child didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to be born. But there's got to be a father figure that's got to lead. You got to teach that. You got to, like, teach that child to how to man up, and like, teach them how to provide for themselves, clean up, pay bills, and do chores and all that stuff. But like, it's like, these dating coaches just don't want to mention that because they feel as though that's not important, and they just got to put the blame on single mothers because they feel that that's going to get them clout and money, just talking about women doing this and that. I mean, it's just too much. I just can't stand that. I really can't.
They're really
They're really
ruining the black community. They really are, cause out of all the races, the single motherhood is really high in the black community. And that doesn't look good at all. It's like the family structure is destroyed in the black community. Like you got more children being born out of wedlock and single parent household than you have children being born in two parent household in the black community. And it's just really sad. And what makes it even more sad, and I said this in my other video about be careful who you listen to. What makes it even more sad is you got children, well, you got, teenagers and young adults who came from a two parent household, but they have the same mindset of a person that was raised in a single household because they've been brainwashed by these YouTube videos. These YouTubers, like you said, come on and project their feelings on these videos, and they brainwash a lot of people. And it seemed like majority of people have the same viewpoint. The majority of the people agree with everything these YouTubers say, and it's like you can't tell the difference between who was born in a two parent household versus a person who was born in a single parent household, because they're sitting up here listening to YouTubers who've had problems and had issues growing up and didn't have it good, and they're allowing their viewpoints, their ideology become their viewpoints and ideology. And you got to be careful, like, depending on how you were brought up, you got to be careful that a person that hasn't been brought up well, you can't let their viewpoints be the same as yours if you've been brought up well. And it's like these people, they forget. They forget. Especially women, they so quick to forget. Oh, I had a good father in the home. He took care of me and my siblings. He was a good husband to my mom. They forget all about that, and they go around saying, "Oh, all black men are colorists. Oh, all black men hate black women." Well, you had a father in the home that loved you and loved your mom. Why do you think that? Why would you go around saying that, thinking that? And the reason why they're going around saying that is because they've been brainwashed by these YouTubers. And that's one of the points that I made on that video I made about be careful who you listen to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. But hey, everything will be all right. I think we'll make it through. I just don't know how much long we'll take with this, but that's why I just stay out of YouTube because I just don't want to get involved with all this stuff. So
Yeah, I had to clean house on a lot of people that I was subscribed to. I used to be subscribed to Cynthia G, but after she posted that video shaming Dante Wright, the guy that got accidentally shot when the lady was gonna taser him, but she ended up pulling out a gun instead. She said that this is not our problem. This is Becky, and she, because he's come from a interracial family. He was biracial. She said this is Becky and Tyrone's issue, not ours. And when I
wait, wait,
saw
wait.
the title of that video, that I see why people talk bad about Cynthia G. I see what people saying now,
Wait,
cause
are you talking
she
about that?
she
Are you talking about that video where that guy got shot because he was about to like you know beat up his family and like his wife shot him? Are you talking about that
no
video?
no Recently, well, not recently. I guess this happened about a month ago. This guy, he was in the car and he was about to get tased by the police officers. But instead of the police officer pulling out the taser, she accidentally pulled out a gun and shot him because he was trying to get away. Really, there was no need to be tasering him in the first place because he's in the car. I mean, it ain't like he's outside running. But they were like, taser him. And instead of her pulling, I guess she thought she pulled out the taser, but she didn't. She ended up pulling out the gun instead, and she ended up shooting him. And it caused a big protest, and Cynthia G made a video about it, and the title of her video, I didn't even look at it because I knew it was gonna be garbage. The title of her video was Dante Wright is Becky and Tyrone's problem, not ours. Cause he come from a interracial family. He's a biracial. He was a young biracial man, and she was like, that's basically a black father and a white mother problem. It's not ours. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm I'm no longer gonna follow her anymore because I now I see what people were talking about with Cynthia G. I see why people be hating on her because she was really wrong for that. She really was.
Okay, I see the video. I see it. All right. All right. Well, yeah. Well, Camille, I'm actually tired right now. I gotta go to bed and all. But it's always nice to have a conversation with you and talk to you because it's been a while since I talked to you. So
Oh
oh
yeah, I
yeah,
know.
I know.
But
But
yeah, after everything that happened last year, and that was back in October, right? When
yep.
what's the name did that?
Do not
There's
mention his name. Please don't mention his name. Please don't.
oh no, no, I'm not gonna mention his name. Um, but after he did that, I was just like, I need to stay low key, cause the more you interact with people online in general, it's like the more drama, and you could be a nice person, but some way down the line, you get tied up in drama. And I said, I'm gonna just stay to myself. I no longer support him. I blocked him. I unsubscribed from him. I no longer watch his videos anymore. So,
Yeah, and he still attacks me as well. Like till this day, he's still attacking me, and I just ignore him.
hmm
So yeah, but you know.
he trying
He
to get
trying to
on here
get.
too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I see
Yeah, I
his
see his
name on the
name on the
guest
guest
list.
list. Are you serious? Is he on here? Gee, screenshot and send that to me if you can. He's not in the live chat, is he?
I don't know.
I
He
don't
could
know.
be
He could be
disguising
disguising
himself. That
himself.
might
That
be
might be
Rap
rap
Scallon.
scowling. Oh no, that's Jose Garcia.
Is it
Is it
JT?
JT? No, it's not JT.
Mm.
Mm. But you see it on the guest list?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll send it
I'll
to
send
your
it to
email.
your email. Okay.
It's so
It's
weird
so
that I
weird
got
that I
him
got him
blocked and he's
blocked and
still able to come on my StreamYard.
Yeah, that's probably just a troll or something. Just I don't know. Just you want to put him on like just in case, because that might be a troll, or it's up to you. Well,
No, I ain't
no,
gonna
I ain't
do
gonna
that.
do that. No, okay.
Once I
Once
said
I
I was
said I was
done with
done
him,
with
I
him,
meant
I
it.
meant it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Probably a troll. Oh man. Oh hell no. Okay, that's him. Yeah, that's him. No, 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 no. Like everywhere I go, like shit, everywhere I go, he's always there. Wherever I go, he's there.
Yeah, that's why I ain't no big fan of StreamYard.
My God, like I can't let you just leave me alone, shit. Oh man,
It's
it's
comical.
comical. Really is. But
Cause it's
cause
like
it's
he
like he
begging for
begging for
attention from
attention
people
from
that he
people
don't
that he
even
don't even
respect.
respect. Yeah, he's really typing up in a private chat.
Let's be
Let's be
adults about.
adults about.
Was you an adult when you tried to humiliate me last year? No,
See,
well, you was
well,
not about change.
see, let me see. The thing about forgiveness is that, like, I can understand if somebody makes a mistake the first time, depending on what it is. But if you make it the second time, no, it's a wrap for me. I'm no longer forgiving you because like, you, actions speak louder than words. So until you show me that you changed, then no, I'm not gonna forgive you. Nope. No, no, no. Please, God, don't let him on your pan. Please.
Oh hell, I ain't letting him on here. This is comical to me. Like, why is he here? Like, has
Like,
he
has
been
he?
spying on me?
No, he's been spot. No, where no, because wherever I go, he goes. That's the thing.
Like, how did he know you were on here though? Like, I got him blocked. YouTube need to do better with their blocking thing. Like,
Ah, man. Like, because I think last year is the reason why. Like, what I did, that video I made about him. That's why he's here.
dude, you humiliated me last year talking about what was it he said? Like, he wanted to put a baby in me or something.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, and he called you the B word.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Tell me, does the account that's in the guest list, does it have that fist, like the stay woke fist on it?
Mm, no,
Oh, it doesn't it doesn't have the stay woke on it.
no,
No. Does it have rainbows on it?
no. It's
No,
got
it's
like a
got like a
YouTube
YouTube
symbol.
symbol. Oh, okay.
It's in gray.
All right, all right.
All right, I'm about to end this live before things get even more crazier. I got to get some rest. I got to get up and go to work in the morning.
Well, all right, Camille. I'll let you
All
close
right.
out. All right. All right. So if you ever need anything, you know who to talk to. All right.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
Azure,
Thank
for
you,
coming
Azure, for coming
online.
online. Anytime, anytime. It's
All
good to
right.
see you posting again, as always.
All right. You
All right.
too.
You
Good
too.
night.
Good night. Night.